Hello and welcome to the third annual Douglas Week. I'm Dr. Caroline Dunham Schroeder, and I'm the founder of Douglas Week. And we're absolutely delighted that you are all here to join us for this fantastic week of events. And I'm joined by my wonderful colleague and friend and Douglas Week co-founder, Kristen Leary. Hi, Kristen.
Hello and hello, everyone. And yes, welcome to Douglas Week 2023. We're excited to be here in Rochester, New York this year, and a place where Frederick Douglass, his wife, Anna Murray Douglass, and their family moved from Lynn, Massachusetts in 1847, when Frederick Douglass returned to America after a 2-year speaking tour of Ireland and Great Britain to raise funds and awareness for the abolitionist cause. The Douglass family lived in Rochester for 25 years before moving to Washington, D.C. in 1872. We're very excited to be here in a place that means so much to the history and legacy of the Douglass family, and we're absolutely delighted to give you a preview of some of the events we have planned here in Rochester, in Ireland, and online that will explore that history over the course of Douglass Week.
Yeah, and thank you, Kristen. And to us, I think it's vital to commemorate the importance of the Douglass family to each location that we travel to with Douglass Week. So each year we go to a new location where Douglass traveled and or lived. And we're eager to explore what their stories mean to contemporary issues of identity, race, independence, equal rights, and that all around the world. So by remembering and honoring our history and the Douglass legacy, we hope to influence and inspire transformative change today. But as you may know, our aim is not only to highlight the history of the Douglass family and other change makers, but also to talk about all the many contemporary related topics that come up when we talk about Frederick Douglass and the impact of his life and work on contemporary issues of, like I said, identity, race, equal rights. So some of the themes that we emphasized last year and the year before were connectedness and collaboration, and we still are inspired by those every day. And we hope that you agree that these themes continue to bind our programming, events, and activities over the course of this week. But this year, in addition, we want to focus on support systems, the importance of family, independence, and community.
Yes, and this week we'll continue our Douglass Dialogues discussion series, and those events will highlight both family and community support with conversations among interesting and inspiring participants, including members of the Douglass family. We're also hosting a variety of virtual roundtable discussions examining Douglass's influence on subjects like culture, world history, photography, politics, and education.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to be a really exciting week. And we'd like to give you some details about just a few of the events. We don't have time to go through all of them, but we have planned so many events and we'd like to give you a couple of insights what's happening this week. And we encourage you, of course, to go to our website, www.douglasweek.org to find out more and to follow us on social media. So today, on Monday, we kicked off Douglass Week with a full slate of events. If you have been here with us all day, I'm sure you enjoyed the day. Our first event of the day was a virtual tour and talk at the Smithsonian National Portrait Gallery in Washington, D.C. Then we took a look at the Douglass Papers, the Fred Douglass Papers project, because it celebrates the 50th anniversary this year. Then we listened to a talk about Frederick Douglass's time in Ireland during the famine. We heard about, we listened to a discussion about Black freedom fighters and their activism in Britain. And we learned more about virtual performances to inspire change. So full day of events.
Yes, and tomorrow on Tuesday, we have another full day of events when we will first learn a little bit more about Douglass's philosophical insights during an event tracing some of the foundational social and political questions he contemplated in his adolescence. We'll also hear about Rochester as a stop on the Underground Railroad and the role that the Douglass family and the city of Rochester played in the fight against slavery. Tomorrow on Tuesday, we'll also include one of our Douglass Dialogue events with descendants of Frederick and Anna Douglass and an exploration of the impact of that ancestry on their lives. Don't want to miss that. And finally, several friends from the Fulbright Commission in Ireland will join us to discuss their research and scholarship, and provide details on opportunities like the Fulbright Frederick and Anna Douglas Award.
Yeah, lots happening on Tuesday as well. Same on Wednesday, as you can see, exciting week, very a variety of very special events. So on Wednesday, July 12th, we'll kick off the day with an in-person event in Cork. That's our first Cork Abolitionist tour of the year for Douglas Week. And we're very excited to say that it has already sold out. But don't worry, we're offering a second tour now on Thursday. And you can learn more about that on our social media and our website. We're very proud to say that we're continuing our educational efforts very close to our hearts, and we continue to work on the Frederick Douglass Ireland curriculum. And if you've been following us, you know how much work we've already done and continue to do. So we'll hear from some of the educators around the world on Wednesday. Then we also have several in-person events in Rochester, including the Rochester Fleet Feet Community Fun Run or Walk, and a food drive benefiting FoodLink in Rochester. We have a free Douglas-themed tour at the Rochester Museum and Science Center. Our online viewers will also learn more about the lost history of Douglas in Rochester and the relationship between Rochester and Washington. And then we'll wrap up the day with a very special event, a screening and live panel discussion of the one-act play Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, A Walk to Respect. Absolutely don't want to miss that. I'm so looking forward to that. So make sure you tune in for all of those on Wednesday.
I have seen that play, and I will echo those sentiments that you don't want to miss that play. Examining the relationship between Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. It's fascinating. And we won't go through the rest of the week in as much detail, but just know that in the next days, our events will range from a video message from 7-year-old Billy from Newcastle upon Tyne in England to a family day community event in Rochester with an art installation and a talk by Rochester artist LaShonda Davis, a remembrance and reflection event at the Douglas family gravesite at Mount Hope Cemetery on Sunday, the 16th. And a special Douglas Week edition of the Wild Ones Salon in Ireland, as well as an Insta Walk and photo competition in Rochester and around the world, and much more.
I was going to say, and so much more. There's hardly any time to summarize all of that. But if you want to know more about what happens during this week, and if you want to take a look at our schedule, you can see all the events that are happening. We suggest bookmarking the schedule on our website so that you can return to it each day. And like I said earlier, follow us on social media because we will post updates there if anything changes, and you can find out about any updates or changes there. We'll also send out newsletters every day, as you're probably used to by now. Every day during the week, we will send you a newsletter with what's ahead. So yeah, look out for that as well. What else, Kristen?
Yes, and last but certainly not least, we wanted to highlight that our good friends, our Globe Lane Initiative, Douglas Week colleagues, and musical stars Paul Oakley Stovall and Nikhil Sabu will be with us here in Rochester with a great group of actors, singers, writers, Douglas descendants, and others for a very special Saturday evening event, Saturday the 15th of July, called Harmonies of Freedom, honoring the Douglas family legacy through music. We are really, really excited about the event, and we encourage everyone to go to our Eventbrite page to purchase tickets, and you can click through to our Eventbrite page from the Douglas Week website. Get your tickets.
Yes, get your tickets. It's going to be so unique. It's going to be a very special night. So come join us if you're in Rochester or anywhere nearby. Yeah, so I think that's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So it's going to be a great show. Join us. I can't wait.
Also at that show, there will be a lot of local Rochester musicians and performers, including PJ Pennywell from Garth Fagan Dance, and dancers from the Andre Dunwoody Dance Studio, as well as members of the school from the Hochstein Hochstein School of Music in Rochester.
Yeah, jam-packed with amazing people and so much talent. And as you can see, it's a week of creative celebrations like every year for Douglas Week. So we're super excited. And as you can see, there's lots of great activities. There's lots of interactive stuff. There's lots of very fun events. So do join us. Do come back to our site. Do follow us and check here on YouTube because we'll be streaming everything live. Like the last 2 years, everything that happens will be recorded and we'll put it on our YouTube channel, and you can watch it there and watch it again. And so, yeah, that's our short overview. Last but not least, we want to say a very big thank you to all of our partners and supporters, our sponsors, without whom Douglas Week would definitely not be possible, especially the Government of Ireland's Immigrant Support Programme and our great friends and partners at the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives. And also a big shout out to our team and the people who have given so generously and supported us with in-kind and other support. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yes, and I'm going to correct myself again and say Hochstein correctly. And we want to say thank you to them. They've been great partners to us. And we're really looking forward to Saturday again. And a huge thanks to all of you who have devoted time, talents, and contributions to this effort once again this year. We would not be here without you. We look forward to seeing many of you throughout the week too. And happy Douglas Week, everyone.
Yeah, and don't forget, by remembering and honoring our history and the Douglass legacy, we can all influence and inspire transformative change today. So happy Douglass Week, everyone.